Hey everybody, another Shabbos is upon us. It is Rosh Chodesh Iyar, a Chodesh Tov, everybody, and it is Shabbos of a double Parsha, Tazria-Metzora. So Parshas starts out talking about the concept of Nida, and then it moves on to the concept of Tzaras, both of which are ways in which a person can be deemed spiritually impure. What happens is person is you know seen as spiritually impure. They have to go through a period of separation, quarantine from others. Um, the woman in Nida, obviously, she has to be separated from her husband. The person in Saras separates from the community. Uh, it might be through no fault of their own with regards to the woman Nida. It could be because she gave birth. It's not her fault. It just happens. Tsaras, it could be because they spoke Lashon Hara. Okay, that was their fault. But regardless of if it was their fault or not, they go through what needs to be done, right? They separate themselves from who they need to separate from. They end up having to go to the mikvah. They need to bring an offering. But as we know ourselves from having gone through the last few years of this global pandemic that we all experienced, sometimes it's not through our fault. It's not. We're not blaming anybody for having gone through it. It happens. Now, how we get through it, that's the thing. So, we live, we learn, we grow, we move on. We don't blame, we don't complain. We just go. Everything has a set course. It was laid out. Okay, when this happens, if it happens that we it puts us in a not ideal situation, what are the steps that we need to do to get ourselves back into an ideal situation? And we follow those steps. It's laid out. Now, sometimes we have to look into what are those steps. Do we understand them always? Not necessarily, but the steps are there, laid out for us in order to keep us uh, with hope that, yes, it's not the end of the world. We go through the steps because we know that at the end of the process, we will end up being stronger than before. We'll end up being on the straight and narrow in a better position as before. Wishing everybody good Chodesh, wishing everybody good Shabbos. You'll see you on the flip side.